Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football Match Day One Team Selection, the video that we have been waiting for. Now, I can't even lie to you. Like in my 15-man team, like I have 10 players. I can't even lie to you. I have 10 players. The other 5 players have not yet decided. There's so many picks as well this season. I mean, there's always a lot of picks this season. I thought now with the likes of there's always a lot of picks to choose from every season, but this one it seems like there's even a lot more. I don't know if it's because the team I support is back in the Champions League. Now I feel like I have to pick out a player from that team, or is it because Haaland has fired so many times last season? We have to have him this season. Is it because Bellingham has now joined Real Madrid? I don't know, but this season it's very hard to choose all these players. And on top of that, I actually felt like, okay, this season Benzema is not there, Salah is not there, De Bruyne is injured, Vinicius is injured. Maybe this season Courtois is injured. Maybe this season could be easier to pick players. Now it's even more harder now. So let's go through the match day one team selection. Now, if you watch the video all through, I'll be giving you some ideas in the middle. Those stats for the ones who watch until the end, or the ones who skip through the video. So I'll be giving you an idea of who I'm thinking of going for. Anyway, I already have like an idea apart from like 2 positions, but I'm going to be giving you 10 positions. Also, if you want to see the final team, the link is in the description. If you want to join the Patreon and support the channel, you can do that as well. The league code is on screen right now. That's 127MNI6R01 if you want to join the league, and we can compete against each other. So let's go. Let's go to the match day one team selection. This has been very hard, but let's try and see what we have. So without wasting any time, let's go with the player that we have to have. Let's not even kid ourselves here. The player that we have to have. This is not hard, is it? Erling Haaland, and that is the first player who should be in every single team. 100%, like no kidding, like he needs to be in every single team. I've already talked about him in 3 or 4 different videos. If you don't have Erling Haaland, I don't even know why you're playing this game. Like, you have to have Erling Haaland in the team. He's selected by 72%. If you don't have him at all and he gets like 4 goals and people have him as captain against Red Star, you've already fallen like how many points behind? Like 40 points behind. You don't want that. Now, when you have him and you don't captain him, he might survive. He's still going to be left behind. But if you don't have him completely, I don't know why I don't have him completely, but I think he's one player that is definitely going to score more than 10 goals in the group. So I think you have to have Erling Haaland, and he's the first easy pick in the team. The second easy pick is from Real Madrid. We already talked about him a lot of times as well, and that is Jude Bellingham. He's already been shining a lot this season. He scored in every single game in La Liga. He went to the international break. He scored and assisted in the same game for England as well, in big game against Scotland for them. So I think another player you need to have is Jude Bellingham. Now, apart from those 2 players, I think the rest of the team can be different. If you want, like, some people would want to go for more Real Madrid players, people would want to go for more Man City players, people would target Barcelona, others will target Bayern Munich, others would want to go for Arsenal or Man United players, or maybe a differential from a Galatasaray or something. But this is, let's start with my goalkeeper. Next up, let's go with my goalkeeper. Which goalkeepers have I gone for? Let's start with Barcelona. You all know who that is. The Barcelona goalkeeper that I've picked, obviously, Ter Stegen. The first goalkeeper I've picked, Ter Stegen. Now, it's going to cost you 5.5 million, but I think those fixtures are very nice. I think you have to have a defender from Barcelona, either Koundé, or you have the goalkeeper Ter Stegen, especially for that first game against Antwerp. I think they're going to keep a clean sheet. And in the other games, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept clean sheets against Shakhtar. And even if they consider against Porto, I think that is a game that he could make a few saves here and there. So if he ends up keeping a clean sheet in that one as well, I think that bodes well for whoever has him. Last season, Barcelona were basically did not concede any goals at all. Every time I watched them, they were keeping clean sheet over clean sheet over clean sheet. So if they do that again this season in the Champions League and in La Liga, I think we need to have at least one of their defenders in the Champions League. And in that group against Shakhtar, Antwerp, and Porto, expect them to finish top. I have gone for Ter Stegen. Now, as I always say, I don't think you need to go for 6 million goalkeepers, 2 of them, or 5.5 million goalkeeper and a 6 million goalkeeper. No, I think it's enough to spend like maybe 9.5 million or 10 million. If you don't want to stretch too much, maybe 10 million the most in terms of goalkeepers, both goalkeepers goalkeeper. So my second goalkeeper I've gone for is from Benfica. That's Samuel Suarez. He's been playing recently since Vlachodimos left. It's only selected by 2%. He's playing on a different day as Ter Stegen, as we can see here, 19th and 20th. So I have gone for Samuel Suarez. This is only going to cost you 4 million. If he doesn't play, I mean, we have wildcards, we have limitless. I think he's definitely going to play. And you still have a goalkeeper in Ter Stegen, and you're hoping he's going to clip a clean sheet against Antwerp. And if he does, we probably are not even going to use Samuel Suarez on the Wednesday. So I have gone for those two as my goalkeepers, Ter Stegen and Samuel Suarez. Now, I think Samuel Suarez will definitely stay. Ter Stegen, it depends. I still might change him. He's in my team 60% right now. But you never know. If I feel like I need money for elsewhere, it's very expensive. I don't like going for 4.5 million and 4 million goalkeepers, two of them in the team. No. So I have to have a goalkeeper who's going to cost like 5 million or 5.5. If I can get another goalkeeper who's going to cost me like 5 million and I need that 0.5 million elsewhere, I might change it, but I'll still definitely have a Barcelona defender. But I've gone for Ter Stegen. Next up, let's go to the midfielders. Let's go to the midfielders first. And my next pick after Jude Bellingham is going to be I'm an Arsenal fan. I want an Arsenal player. I mean, you don't have to go for an Arsenal player, obviously, but you've not been in the Champions League for 6 years. Of course, I have to go for an Arsenal player, and I've gone for Odegaard. Bukayo Saka is 9.5 million, and I need that 0.5 million. And that is why I've gone for Odegaard. It might still change to Saka, but recently been told that Saka has been carrying an injury, so I don't know how often he's going to be playing. And Odegaard is always going to start. He's the captain of the team. If Saka is not taking penalties, Odegaard is the one taking. He's very creative as well, so I think Odegaard can help a lot in that regard. So I have gone with him in midfield as my second option after Bellingham. Who do I have up front next to Erling Haaland? Now, very, very easy. I think I have him in the thumbnail. I'm not even sure who I have in the thumbnail. But it's another teammate of Ter Stegen. His name, Robert Lewandowski. Last season, I did not go for Lewandowski match day one. I suffered a lot, and I didn't have Lewandowski. I suffered a lot. He scored a hat-trick in match day one, and I didn't have him. I'm not going to let that happen again. He has basically almost the same fixture as Victoria Pilsen last season. This time, he has Royal Antwerp, so he could easily get the same number of goals in that one as well. And this time, I have to have him in my team. I'm not going to take the risk. So Lewandowski, 10.5 million, very expensive. If you go for him, yeah, you can't basically have like the expensive defenders and the midfielders. And there's a lot of options. If you're still watching this, like there's players like Julian Alvarez, who are very good options as well. It's only going to cost you 7 million. If you want Højlund from Man United, if you want Jesus from Arsenal, all of those players are very good in terms of forward players. My third pick in terms of strikers, I am thinking about going for Rafa Silva, but that's between me and you, the people who are watching this until now. Rafa Silva, Alvarez, probably one of them is going to end up in my team. I'm not sure who, but at the moment, I have Lewandowski and Haaland. I think both of them are definitely going to be in the team. I think the two of them are 100% in my team. I don't think I'm going to change them. The third strike I'm thinking about many people, man, like many players. There's a lot of strikers to choose from, man. Inter Milan, Arsenal, Man United, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. There's a lot to choose from. So I've gone for Haaland and Lewandowski for now. Next up, let's talk about another of my midfielders. I've gone for Inter Milan midfielder, and if you choose this guy, you basically have 4 strikers in the team, because Marcus Thuram has been playing as a forward for Inter Milan so far this season, and he is a steal. 6.5 million midfielders playing as a striker. Basically, if you have Lewandowski, Haaland, and someone else up front, and then I also have Marcus Thuram, it's like I'm playing with 4 strikers and a striker who's going to get me an extra point, because in the game he is a midfielder. So there's that as well. So Bellingham, Odegaard, Thuram are my midfielders. The other 2 midfield spots I'm still deciding. The other striker spots I kind of have an idea, but I'm not going to put in this video yet. If you're watching, you got an idea of who I can go for. I'm also thinking about Phil Foden from Man City could end up in my team as well. But let's talk about the defenders, and we're going to stick with Inter Milan. We are going to go for Damian, 4.5 million. I've talked about him in a previous video. I think it's going to be a very, 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 very good option. The others could be rotated. I like Dumfries, I like DiMarco, but there's Pavard now, there's Quadrado. Like there could be a lot of rotation. That is why I'm picking Damian, who's been playing as a centre back. So that is my first pick in terms of defense. I think it's definitely going to be in my team. Another player who's usually in my team has been in my team the last 2 seasons. Real Madrid. I think he captains them these days. If I'm not wrong, I'm not 100% sure. But Carvajal is my pick from Real Madrid in terms of defense. 5.5 million is a lot. So this is another player who's not like guaranteed to be in my team. I could change it if I need that money elsewhere because it's quite expensive at 5.5 million. Then you can get a defender for 4.5 million. I can use that 1 million elsewhere, like if I want like a Saka instead of Odegaard. And then next up, I think I really like this defense. Like if I was brave enough, I'd even go for 2 defenders from this team. Leipzig, because I like Semakan, I like David Drum, and I definitely like Hendricks. That is why he's in my team. They kept a clean sheet last game against Union Berlin. Again, Union Berlin, the ones who are going to play against Real Madrid, and that is another reason why I kind of have Carvajal at the moment. I think they're going to keep a clean sheet in that game, just like Leipzig did in the Bundesliga. And that the way they attack, those fullbacks from Leipzig, Hendricks, and Rom, they attack so much. They've already gotten goals and assists this season. So that is who I am going for from Leipzig. It might end up being a double up because they're not playing Man City every single day. They're playing Young Boys and also Reds in that group, and I think they're going to keep at least 2-3 clean sheets in that group. Maybe not against Man City, but the other games I can see them shining. So I have gone for Hendricks. Other defenders I'm thinking of potentially, I had them written down here. Potentially a Man City defender. I don't know who yet. It could be Aki, it could be a Kanji. Depends, but. One thing I'm definitely not going to do is go with only one Man City player. So I'm definitely going to have a second, maybe even third Man City player. I'm still deciding who. I could have another Arsenal player. I think that group is good. Good. I think Sevilla bottom of La Liga, so they're in the same group as Arsenal. We could go for another Inter Milan player and go triple up. I have a couple of differentials I talked about on Patreon if you've watched that one yet. A lot of options. There's so many options this season. I thought like without Benzema and Salah in the game, it's going to be easy to choose from, but it's even harder. So I will post the final team on Patreon. The link is in the description. You'll also get other videos. You'll also get your team rated and ranked by me, and I'll be giving you suggestions and everything on Patreon. But that's for the ones who can join. If you can't, don't worry. You still get other videos, already done videos on the best goalkeepers, best defenders, best midfielders as well, best forwards coming up too. So many videos to watch on the YouTube as well. But if you want extra content, you can join the Patreon. That is what I have at the moment. The 10 players I have at the moment, I took off the goalkeepers, but it's going to be Ter Stegen and Suarez of Benfica. That brings the total to 10 players. I still have 5 players to choose from. Very, very hard. Let me know, do you have your team complete yet? And make sure to join the league. That is the code on screen right now. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.